People don't just buy products, they buy into brands that make them feel something. The question is, what does your brand feel like? Brand archetypes help businesses create recognizable, relatable personalities that drive in their ideal customer. So while I crochet, let's dive into how choosing the right brand archetype can transform your messaging, visuals, and customer experience. What are brand archetypes? Brand archetypes are universal character models that define how your brand presents itself, speaks, and connects with people. Brand archetypes can help create recognizable personality traits for your brand. They can build trust and emotional connections, and even make your brand messaging consistent. Think of your brand as a character in a story. The whole goal is to understand how you want that character to make other people feel. Just like how different stitches create different textures, different brand archetypes can create different brand experiences. Why do brand archetypes matter? People don't just buy products, they connect with brands that reflect their values. Brands that lean into their archetype will build stronger brand loyalty, find standing out in the marketplace a lot easier, and create memorable customer experience. Let's look at Nike. Nike doesn't just sell sneakers, they sell the hero image. The hero image is all about empowering people to push past their limits and become the best version of themselves. When they're down for the count, Nike creates commercials encouraging people to just kind of fight back on the obstacles that are holding them back and to become this greater version. The 12 brand archetypes. Each archetype has a unique personality, and the brands that use them intentionally can create powerful connections with their audience members. So when we're looking at brand archetypes, we can kind of divide the 12 into 4 main categories. The first category are known to be the visionaries and rebels. They have a main motivation of mastery of the world and of themselves. This really means that they like to push boundaries. Common archetypes in this category are the magicians, the outlaws, and the explorers. The magicians are innovators that focus on transformation. The outlaws are the rule breakers that challenge the status quo, and the explorers are known for their adventure and self-discovery. Our second category are the leaders and the protectors. They prioritize stability, wanting to provide security and structure in the world. These archetypes that sit in this category are the hero, the ruler, and the caregiver. The hero wants to overcome challenges and inspire others to do the same thing. The ruler archetype is about authority, power, and prestige. This is kind of like the king image. They really want to make sure that they are leading the charge. And the caregiver is about nurturing and protecting. Nonprofits are the most associated with caregivers, but they're not always having to be that type of brand image. They can take on others as well. The third category are the thinker and storytellers. This is all about independence, seeking truth and self-expression. The sage, the creator, and the jester fall in this category. Now, the sage is about valuing wisdom and education. The creator tends to be artists that value innovation, wanting to tear down old thought structures to create new innovative ones. And the jester, of course, is all about humor and fun. They want to connect different audience members by using jokes and laughter and comedy. Our final category are the lovers and the connectors. They are prioritizing community. They want to belong and build meaningful and lasting relationships. The archetypes that fall into this category are the innocent, the everyman, and the lover. The innocent is optimistic and simple. The best way to understand this type of brand archetype is to think about someone who's trying to escape the scary complexity of the world to return to a paradise. This is about kind of simplifying almost like simplifying adulthood in a way, and wanting to get back to your childlike roots. The everyman is relatable and down to earth. This is like your best friend or your next door neighbor, always ready to help people. And then the lover is passionate and emotionally driven. The lover doesn't always have to be necessarily romantic. You can also have a lover brand archetype that is platonic, but they are driven more about pleasure and about being willing to kind of indulge in the better parts of life. Each archetype plays a role in how your customers will feel about your brand, so choosing the right one is key. How to identify your brand archetype. So, how do you go about picking out the archetype that is best for your company? There are about 3 steps that you can take. Step number 1 is to define your core identity as a brand. So you have to ask yourself a few questions. What emotions should people associate your brand? What values define your business? And how do you want to stand out from competitors? This is all about figuring out how you want to present yourself in the marketplace before stepping out in front of your customers. So take a moment and really consider what emotions you want people to associate you with and what values do you want people to naturally align with your company. Step number 2 is to understand your audience. Different archetypes will attract different customers. Killer brands are going to attract the high achievers, lover brands are going to focus on beauty and passion, and explorer brands are going to target the adventure seekers. While you will be mixing at least 2 brand archetypes, you want to make sure that your primary archetype is leading your company with your values. Step number 3 is to analyze your industry and your competitors. So take a moment to look at how your competitors are using archetypes in their own landscape, and how can you differentiate yourself from them. If your competitors are using a specific archetype, think about how maybe you can break into the industry by changing the rules. If they are primary caregivers, is there a way that you can break out of that expectation and kind of turn the expectation on its head? Knowing who you are and who you are not is just as important. Bringing your archetype to life. Your archetype isn't just a label. It should shape your entire brand experience. This means that it's going to touch on your brand messaging and storytelling, your visual identity and branding, and then your customer experience and engagement. With your brand messaging, this is all about how you are physically communicating with your customers. This involves your written communication as well as the channels that you're using, your social media platforms, your email, the content that you're making. Understanding the word usage, the images, and even down to the sentence structure is going to be very important. Magician brands are going to use inspiring and visionary language. Sage brands are going to focus on education and knowledge, and Jester brands are going to embrace fun and humor. They're going to have fun breaking the rules. This is always going to translate over to your physical identity, your colors, your fonts, your design. Everything needs to align. Different archetypes are going to require different color palettes. Some are going to require visuals, such as textures or patterns. Some may just need a logo. Consider everything whenever you're creating this brand archetype world for your customers. Customer experience also stems into your website, as well as your product packaging and user experience. When everything flows together, your brand is going to feel authentic and consistent. Brand archetypes aren't just a marketing trick. They're a foundation for a strong and recognizable brand. When your messaging, visuals, and strategy align, your brand becomes memorable and impactful. So which archetype fits your brand? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Need help identifying your brand? Spunky Psyche specializes in brand strategy that helps you make an impact. So don't be afraid, book a consultation today, and let's craft a brand that stands out. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more branding insights. Until the next time, guys, have a great day.